over the 4th of July weekend, Donald Trump celebrated at the White House, and the performances were worth dunking on. They were funny, okay? There's no other way to put it. First, there was the performance of a Bruno Mars song. I'll show you a quick clip of that.
Gotta do that again. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, yeah. Okay, I like this. Let's keep it going. Uptown.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't point the mic at the crowd and say, keep it going when there is no crowd. It's just humiliating. It's just like, what were you guys doing? I mean, and they don't mean any harm by it. There's nothing wrong with these guys. They're good guys. We don't know anything about them. They're enlisted to sing a song. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. Don't say keep it going. Don't point the mic up to them. Nobody will hear anything because they're not saying anything. There's like 13 of them. That's the big Donald Trump celebration, 4th of July celebration. There it was. Wow, I didn't know you were gonna come that hard, dog. Okay.
So people were making similar points on social media. Social media not known for niceties. Here's one tweet that I liked. It was by someone who noticed that Bruno Mars actually did perform for Obama in 2016, but like not someone in the military covering a Bruno Mars song, like Bruno Mars himself. And so the person on Twitter said, "A tale of two presidents, left. That's Trump's 4th of July 2020, Bruno Mars cover band. Right, Obama's 4th 2016, Bruno Mars." So you'll see in the B-roll that there's 2 different performances. Look, nothing against the gentleman covering a Bruno Mars song. This isn't about him, and this is my personal opinion. I'm sure people will disagree. I hate most cases where someone is like part of a live band and they're just covering someone else's music. Like mostly like at weddings. Like I know, or like Dancing with the Stars. You know how Dancing with the Stars, like they don't want to shell out the money to like just play the actual song. So they'll hire like some rando to like sing it instead. I hate that. Like I can't, why? But why? Why, Brett? Why do you have this? What the hell?
What's the hell?
Anyway, I just, I like the original stuff. That's just a personal preference of mine, not a big deal.
Okay, yeah, I don't care. I mean, I'd rather have the cover band sing actual popular songs than non-songs, but their own songs, please. Anyways, but the point here is, again, Trump gets humiliated, and it's all his own doing. Of course, Bruno Mars isn't gonna perform for Trump under any circumstance. No reputable singer would. Only Kid Rock and Cat Stevens, or not Cat Stevens. He's the Muslim one. The guy who
nailed it.
Yeah, the guy who poops in his pants.
Yes. Nugent, right?
Yeah, Ted Nugent.
Nugent.
Yeah, but he'd perform for Trump, but he'd be worse than that cover band because he'd crap himself in the middle of the performance, and then there'd be even less people. So,
all right.
Anyway,
so one other awesome moment was this. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. This happened. But why? Like why? Why was that the why? Why did they choose that song? Why? No. Why? Like, okay, if it had to be a song from a Disney movie, like let's go with Under the Sea, Little Mermaid. Like that would have made way more sense. Like, look, they're insanely talented. I'm not trying to take that away from them. The vocal cords on that woman is impressive. But why that particular song? I don't get it.
No, I'm not guilty. I'm dissenting opinion here. I thought they nailed it. I thought they were really good. I don't know why.
It's just a strange choice. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Considering like where the country is, considering like the very common skin tone among the performance there, with the exception of one of the singers, right? Like it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm making too much of it, but it was just strange to me.
Yeah, I mean, look, Donald Trump's not known to be the most racially sensitive person. But I look, not guilty. It's not that big a deal. I was just waiting for them to pan to the crowd and have 5 people there. But man, they sang that from their soul. I mean, both of the women were really into it, and I thought
for sure, yeah. No, it's a great. Don't get me wrong, it's a great song. It was just strange. Anyway, so if that performance wasn't enough, there were some ridiculous, unfounded claims by Trump about the pandemic, during this celebration. So I'm gonna read a quote from him. He said, "We've made a lot of progress. Our strategy is moving along well. We've got out in one area and it rears its ugly face in another area, but we've learned a lot. We've learned how to put out the flame." So, of course, he's gonna use this celebration as an excuse to toot his own horn, when in reality, he's really failed in responding to this pandemic. He also claimed that testing has shown that 99% of coronavirus cases are totally harmless, although Johns Hopkins University has estimated the fatality rate in the United States is 4.6%. So it's actually not totally harmless based on what Trump said. It just, sorry to take it to a serious direction, but there was the performative part of it, and then Trump exploiting this 4th of July celebration to spread more disinformation about a pandemic, which is killing hundreds of thousands of Americans.
You know what band they should have used for these celebrations? K-pop band.
Oh yeah. Trump's totally into K-pop. Yeah, I'm sure he's a huge fan of K-pop these days.
Well, if a K-pop was performing, then he might have had a lot of people show up, or at least say they were showing up. So look, last couple of things here. Number one, both the South Dakota event where they were at Mount Rushmore on Friday and the event in DC on Saturday were total flops. Very few people went. At least they didn't make the mistake of overhyping it like they did in Tulsa. Onto the serious stuff, I want to mention one thing about what Anna said. When he says 99% of the cases, what did he say, are quote totally harmless? No, it's conflating a number of different facts, because obviously he's not bright enough to keep up. So there is truth that a lot of folks who get coronavirus never show any symptoms. About 35%, according to the latest numbers, and these numbers change all the time because this is so new, are asymptomatic. They never have any symptoms. So that's amazing, and that's true, but it's 35%, it's not 99%. And then of the people who do show symptoms and then actually go through the illness, the mortality rate in America is, for the moment being, 4.6%. I actually think that that's too high too, because you're not taking into account the 35% that don't show any symptoms, the people that didn't get tested, etc. I'd be surprised if the mortality rate at the end of the day for the whole planet was anywhere near that high. But for him to say, number one, get the facts and numbers completely wrong, of course. But more importantly, to say that it's totally harmless in that sense, no, don't do that. It's raging right now. We have 132,000 dead already, obviously not totally harmless. And as it's spiking now, by the way, the important context too is in Europe, it has totally flattened. They did the right things, and now there's very few cases left. We are now re-peaking, going back up, because we have an idiot in charge who says this totally harmless in 99% of the cases. That's why we showed you the video earlier in the show, people partying and right next to one another in Missouri, Michigan, Wisconsin. They're all over the pool, they're all over each other, because we have an idiot who keeps blasting out to everybody that coronavirus is not that big a deal. And so that is really, really dangerous and harmful. And then of course, also he went after Black Lives Matter again in the speeches, and talked about left-wing fascists. Now, let's note the irony. First of all, there are no left-wing fascists. You can say they're left-wing radicals, but fascists by definition are right-wing. And the main left-wing group that they call radicals, Antifa, short for anti-fascist. So calling them fascists is at best ironic.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.